Hey guys, it's JR, and I want to share with you my thoughts today. I was doing some thinking about where I was in life a few years back and to where I am now, probably a bit more than a few years, actually. There was a time where I was an over the road truck driver. We got any of those in the audience today, but by the way, thank you. I know it's not an easy job. I remember on and off for about 16 years, I would travel across the United States. I'd hop in the trucking industry and hop out of it. Now, this isn't a video about the trucking industry, though there's many things I'd like to say about it. It's changed drastically, but that's for another story. But I spent a good portion of my life on and off, 16 years, going across the United States. I've been across the United States well over 200 times. I've been to all 48 states. I haven't been to Hawaii or Alaska, though one day I'd like to go there. And I remember sitting in the cab of that truck and driving, thinking about my life, thinking about what I wanted to do. Because let's face it, when you're driving a truck, that's not something, well, some people may want to, but most people don't want to stay in that position forever because there's a lot of pitfalls to it. Number one, and your mental capacity seems to diminish a bit if you don't get out and talk to people, right? Which I was very successful at doing. Kind of used trucking as a being paid as a tour guide to guide myself around the United States and have a good time. But if you got to be careful because you could become very weird being a truck driver because you don't get out and talk to people. You know, we're social animals. We've got to be out talking, getting ideas from one another. But also, all the mistakes I had ever made in my life were right there in the passenger seat with me to remind me of what I'd done wrong. Now, that wasn't completely bad. It gave me an opportunity to reflect on my life and to think about what I did wrong, how I could have made it right, and what I could do moving forward. So there's a lot of good things that come with it as well. Again, I mentioned I did travel the United States. I saw a lot of things, got to draw a lot of perspective from other people's ideas and opinions, and it gave me the time I needed to decide on what I wanted to do with my life. Now, some people think, well, JR, when you're 21, 25, 30, you're going to find your way. You're going to know. That's not necessarily true. Now, for some people, that is true, and that's fine. Um, More glory for them, right? And good for them. But for me, it's taken me a very long time. I'm 51 years old, and I've decided just recently what I want to do with my life. Use whatever little talent I have to help other people, and use a little bit of the wisdom that I have garnered over the years and all the things I've done to to hand over to the next generation, or maybe the generation I'm talking to right now, which is my generation. There's something to be learned from every person and their experiences. I believe that. And traveling across the United States in that truck really opened my eyes to a lot of things, namely that where I lived wasn't the best place. There were lots of other better places. I lived in Oklahoma. Now I live in the state of Washington. We won't get into the politics. I'm here for the beauty, not the politics. So not interested in that. But up here, I have discovered a different side of me, spending more time in nature, getting healthier. Talking to people that have a different viewpoint than I do. That's very helpful. But all those things are ingredients, kind of like a cake. You have all the different types of ingredients in a cake. It's not just one ingredient to life, as there's not just one ingredient to a cake. Kind of weird, wouldn't it? So all these years driving all over the United States, I was reminded of all the horrible things I've ever done in my life, which really wasn't many. But I was also reminded that there's more to this life than living and dying, than just making a living. So I can send money back home to the wife and the children, and they could go do whatever they wanted to do, right? And out there, I became very lonely, but I also became wiser because I learned about myself, my mind, how I work, what my expectations are, whether they're good or bad. I learned something about myself that I probably would not have ever learned had I done something different. Now, I've done a lot of many different things. I've been a pastor, 4 different churches, 4 different states. I've been a truck driver. I have sold cars. I've ran car dealerships. I've been a security guard. And now, presently, for the last 6 years, I've owned my own company. That's a small family business, but it frees me up to do things like this, to do what I want. And that was the whole thing in my mind, was finding something that worked for me. Have you ever been there? Have you ever, are you, maybe you're there now where you're thinking there's something I want to do. Maybe you don't know what it is. Maybe you do know what it is. That time I had alone to really know thyself, to put my mind in a state where it would not have been if I had been working a corporate America job or sitting in a car dealership or up there pastoring, and I jumped in and out, like I said, over the course of 16 years. But those times I have, sometimes a few months, sometimes a few years at a time, of traveling anywhere between, 6 and 25 or 30 days alone, sometimes bringing my family with me, gave me the time I needed to kind of figure things out, to work things through. I don't know if you have a quiet place to go. And I would say if you don't, find one. Like, look, it's a great place. Great place. I hope you have a place like this because it really is worth your time to get away, collect your thoughts, whether you're doing it on a video or writing it down. I like to write down my thoughts as well. To give yourself an opportunity to think, and you may just come up with an idea that will work. Let me give you an example, okay? And there's one of many. When I came out of trucking, I went back in the car business. And I was sitting on the showroom floor one day. I was looking at this Ferrari that was for sale. I'm in my office. Got a really nice office. It's a nice little job. I thought, just like trucking, I'm wasting my talent. There's got to be something more here. Now, we don't know the journey, right? We don't know what's going to happen in the future. But we have that feeling, this urgency that maybe there's something a little different out there, or greatly different, that we should be doing, or at least pursuing it, or at least thinking about it, or trying to summon it into our existence, or our being, into our lives, right? And I always thought, I was meant for something more, something greater, as opposed to sitting in a car dealership trying to convince people to buy a Ferrari or a Porsche or a Corvette or a Camry. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you're doing those jobs, that's fine. But for me, I knew there was something beyond the horizon and I had to go take a look. So I was sitting there one day and it occurred to me, you've always wanted to live in the Pacific Northwest, go do it. So my plan is to go and lease on with a company in the North Dakota, buy my own truck, lease on, make some money, right? And then head out to the Pacific Northwest. My first uh, destination would be Idaho, is where I wanted to go. Well, I'm looking through Craigslist of places to work up in the north and up in North Dakota, South Dakota. And I come across this place that says, this ad rather says, come work in Seattle, all expenses paid. Now, of course, I'm like, Seattle's kind of crazy, but it's beautiful. I've been there many times in trucking. I really like it. Even did a whole documentary on it once. Excuse me, gotta wipe my nose, it's a little wet out here, about how much I didn't like Seattle, which, doesn't matter. But I paid attention to the ad, clicked out of it, went and sold a car, came back the next day, looked at the ad again, called the guy. Come to find out, super great guy, on the same page as me. He's from Texas originally, lives in Washington State, and they paid for me to come out and work and drive a dump truck and trailer, working on a Google project downtown Seattle. And they helped me get connected, get planted, get a place to live, and everything was rolling great. It was wonderful. Here I am in the Pacific Northwest. I'm going out and hiking. My family's happy. We're all doing really well. And I'm back in that truck again, right? But I'm home every night, and it wasn't that bad. And it was a good experience. They asked me to stay 6 months. I stayed 16 months. And then I got to the point where I just could not be in that truck any longer. It was driving me nuts. So I had to make a change, had to make a jump. So what did I do? I went back to the car business for a short period of time. And then I thought to myself, this isn't hacking it. I got to get out of the system. I got to stop working for this system. I'm killing my creativity. I feel as if I'm keeping myself from what I really want to do, which at that point I had no idea what I wanted to do, other than maybe owning my own business, which I do now. But there's other things I want to do and I'll be doing soon. So anyway, to make a long story short, I started door dashing. Now, think about that. I went from making like $50, $60 an hour on some of these jobs to door dashing, which sometimes I can make $200 or $300 a night. And my wife, she was door dashing as well in her car. So actually, we did pretty good. I was surprised, but it was a new avenue. I was going somewhere. I was doing something different, and I was in between what I was supposed to do. So at that point, I was looking. Oh, I got people coming. Let me cut this. Hey guys, how you doing? All right, I'm back. Had some. I'm in a park, so of course there's going to be people interrupting. It's not their fault. If I didn't want to be interrupted, I probably should be somewhere else, right? Well, anyway, so I was door dashing. I was doing well, and I wasn't. I just didn't know what I wanted to do. And then I went to bed one night, had a dream. I had a dream about junk removal, kind of like 1-800 got junk, like that. So I woke up the next day. I had this new pickup that I had purchased, this Dodge Ram. And so I put ads on Craigslist. And would you know it? All of them were answered. I put five on there for $5 a piece. And one thing led to another. I started out of the back of a pickup truck, borrowed a friend's trailer, then borrowed another friend's trailer until I could afford to buy my own trailer. Then I had bought a trailer, and it was truck and trailer. So while I'm doing that, though, when I put those ads on and got a response, I thought, well, this is going to work. I can make this happen. But something clicked in my mind. You know what? Listen to this, guys. This is humans are so smart, right? I'm not saying I'm smart, but we come up with the darndest things. I was door dashing. So when you door dash, everyone's happy to see you. I had nothing but great experiences where I live, and they always have a smile on their face. And I thought to myself, what if I gave each individual my business card for my new company, Move It Now Junk Removal, right? And so what did I do? Well, I started handing out business cards, and people thought it was wonderful. I've got junk. So they're happy to see me because I've got their food. And now I'm offering them another service that a lot of people need, junk removal, getting crap out of your life, right? It was perfect. And before you knew it, I went from door dashing to owning my own business, junk removal. And now I live here on this beautiful island in the San Juans. And you know what? I'm the junk removal guy. And everybody knows me and everybody likes me. And it's a wonderful life. It's doing great. I can't complain. Am I rich? No, I'm not rich. I'm not interested in any of that. I'm interested in the human experience. One of the things I like about working for myself is that it offers up lots of opportunities for exploration. What do I mean by that? Well, exploring this, exploring the heart, exploring the land, being able to help people. That's one of my biggest passions, is to help other people. I love people. And also, I have decided to become a documentarian. Can I say that right? Documentarian, right? I want to document people's lives. I want to do interviews with people. I want to get their ideas, just normal people. I'm not interested in all the overachievers. I'm interested in how the world actually works by people who are out doing it, that are in the trenches, making it happen, right? I want to hear people's opinions about life, people's opinions about their desires, and I just want to experience humans in a way that I've never experienced before. I want to know who they are, what makes them tick. So that's what I'm going to do. And I've got some interviews set up here around the community. And yeah, it's going to be great. So why am I saying all this? I want to say this because I want to encourage you in something. The world's tough. The economy is horrible. The average house price now is right around $500,000, whereas back in 2017, 2018 is about $200,000. Things are rough, but you have to learn to adjust and adapt, and you can. Don't let anyone tell you you cannot. I was told all my life, you'll just be a factory worker. I was from Oklahoma. What you need to do is just get yourself a factory job, go in there every day, work that 9 to 5 job. And if you want to do that, that's fine. You can do it. I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. I am not trading my time for wages. I'm not interested. There's people that do that all their lives and they love it. That's fine. Go do it. But for me, no. Listen, let me tell you something, man. I'm not getting up going 9 to 5. I've done that. I've done that a lot, and I am out. I'd rather live poor under a bridge than go out here and work a 9 to 5 and lose my mind. Always working my tail off and making just a little bit so I can pay for this apartment or this house or this car and have maybe 40, 50, or $100 a week left over for what? So I can go back and do it again and again and again, being part of the system. And you look at people that work hard. Oh, those are great, courageous people. No, those are slaves. That's what that is. That's slavery. And here's the thing, we're all in this slavery pit together. But you can use the matrix against itself. You can use this system against itself to free yourself to some degree. You will never be free. Yes, I understand that. But you don't have to go along with the social norms. You don't have to do it the way everybody else is telling you to do it. You can do it your way. Is it going to be tough? Yes. Are you going to pay a price for doing it? Absolutely. But is it worth it? I'm going to tell you something right now. It is definitely worth it. And if you're a person who is wondering, what should I be doing? What, how can I be successful? I'm not just talking money. There's more to success than money. I know a lot of rich people and they are not happy. They're not. If that's your venture, more power to you. I have no problem with that. The point I'm trying to make is finding a place of peace. And that is you making millions of money, millions of dollars, then go do it. If it's you doing documentaries, go do it. If it's you working and barely getting by, but having the freedom you want in life to go do the things you want, go do it. Go do it. Listen, you don't need orders from headquarters, all right? You are your own entity. You are worth freedom. Act like it. Don't be a slave to this world. Don't be a slave to the commercials, to having to have the next new car, to having to have credit card uh, payments, getting into debt for the stupidest things. Drive an old car. Go buy yourself an old Camry, an old Accord. Don't worry about that stuff, man. Hey, know yourself. Know yourself. I was telling my wife just the other day, and a few of my friends, that I am at the edge. Listen to this. I am at the edge of my mind's light. I am at the edge of my mind's light. You see, everything around me I've explored, but now there's a new chapter, and it's dark out there. And we typically don't want to walk off into the darkness. I'm going to shine that light into the darkness. I'm going to find out what's out there. I'm going to find a new version of me, a better version of me. I'm going to go and do something that's going to make me feel so awkward and uncomfortable. But I know if I do it, then I'm bringing a part of me that I've never seen before, and I'm going to grow. I'm going to grow. I'm going to grow. Folks, if there's something holding you back in life, push it aside. Go do it. Don't listen to the naysayers. Don't listen to the negative people who sit on their armchair every day and judging the world that's really done nothing but go to the same job, doing the same thing, having the same thoughts, eating the same food, drinking the same drink. Don't listen to those people, man. Don't listen to anyone that's not willing to listen to you. And if people are taking your thoughts and crapping all over them, discard that. Discard them. Don't listen to it. Don't listen to it. I went from a little boy in Oklahoma not knowing what I was going to do to a 51-year-old man doing what I want to do. And I'm going to go above and beyond to do even more. I'm going to go do all the things that everybody told me I would never do. And I'm going to do them. I'm no different than you. I'm no better than you. And I'm probably not any smarter than you. Maybe a little less intelligent. But one thing I do have is drive. And when someone tells me I can't do something, well, buyer beware. You just bought yourself a ticket on the front row of my life because I'll prove you wrong. And I hope you're that way too. So to recap, here's the takeaway. Think. Try that. Think about who you are. Look at yourself in the mirror and do an interview. and ask yourself some questions, some really deep questions. I promise you, you start interviewing yourself and you'll realize things about you didn't know. I promise you, it works. The takeaway is this: be who you want to be, go where you want to go, think what you want to think, and act up on your motivations and your passions. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't listen to people that aren't doing anything. Listen to people that are doing something, that are living their dreams, that are making it happen. Now, do I have a formula for you, a step by step process? No, I didn't even have that. No one has that. You got to get out and go do it. And I highly encourage, though, to go for a walk. Put your earbuds in your ears. Go for a walk. Listen to something educational. If there's a passion you have, go listen to other people that had a similar passion, same passion, right? Go listen to what they had to say, and you will build on that. You will garner um, inspiration. You can do it. And listen, this isn't a professionally cut film. I'm not trying to overly impress anybody. I just look at it this way. I was once a slave to the norms of life. Not so much anymore. And I want to share that with other people. And I want you to know that you can live free, as free as you possibly can. And remember this: there is more to this life than living and dying. So much more. Well, until next time, this is JR. I hope you have found this little rant of mine inspiring. That's the word, inspiring. Until next time, stay free, stay aware, and stay you, because you're good enough.